on, it's on. Yes, it is March the 1st. And you know what, I had a lovely comment the other day from somebody saying that my house was a state and looked like a hoarder house. And by Jove, it is a hoarder house, but it shouldn't look like a state. So I thought the best thing to do was to say goodbye to the Hoover Aquamaster by giving the place a final go over before it's sold, so before it leaves us forever. Let's have a look and see how it's done. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner chums. How are you today? Yes, the old Hoover Aquamaster has been very, very nice indeed. It has been nice to just have a very powerful vacuum cleaner that just picks up whatever you point it towards. It has been a revelation, especially with Mr. Fluffy there, who seeds and all sorts of detritus gets everywhere, and you can hear it coming from afar towards the floor tool, which, as you might notice, isn't the one that it should be. The one that it should be is here. And yes, it's a very nice floor tool in as much as it is what it is what it is. It is generic floor tool number one from the early 90s. But on hard floor it is very good. It drags dirt in from afar and doesn't really snowplow it. It's just a nice head really on hard floor. Carpet, it's stuck like glue to this, and the hallway carpet wasn't that fab. So yeah, why I got the old contour head out, because obviously it is a pit fitting and it is equally brilliant on hard floor and very nice on carpet as well. Yeah, you finished? Yeah. Very nice on carpet, wasn't it, Phoenix? Yeah, you get all of your seeds up. Else have we got? Oh, you're off. Excellent. I can move it around and smash stuff with the aluminium extension ones, which they're a bit baggy. I cannot deny they are certainly used. They're not very worn, but they are used. This whole machine is used. It's used okay. Haven't used it for shampooing at all. This has not seen a drop of water going near it, so can't tell you about the solution trigger, etc, etc. What I can tell you about though is a massive thing which I completely forgot would exist. Because it's got, and there we go, look, the little glue fix. But I don't think I did glue it back in, probably for that reason. Obviously this is the pipe that goes all the way through this and comes out there. I've had it out before and it loops around and plugs in to there, and that's how your solution tube works. And it all stuffs itself in there and works great. Cutting edge in the early 1990s. But, in fact, we'll get rid of that. It does do that, and I have been cleaning and have heard it change tone and pour all that out, popped it out, yeah. Bit of a downside of these, and I know it'll affect the Aquajet, and I think it also affects the jaws. If you use a pneumatic jaws dry, the hose inlet is a T, and if you use it too much, that T just plugs up and the whole thing blocks. I've cut one off before when I've used it. The next caveat is that I haven't checked the bag, so let's see if our HEPA flow bod worked or if this thing needs a filter wash. I mean, it doesn't seem to have lost power. And here we go. It has. Oh, right. I've been running this bagless for quite a while. That popped off a fair while ago. Oh dear. Look, there's the contents of what was all over the kitchen side earlier. Not the fluff, the seed, when Felix decided to have a crack at it. So, these bags aren't correct. These, obviously they're not correct, they're not made by Hoover. These are not the right bags for this. I think what you could do, if you were very lucky, is cable tie it onto the back of there. But I think the quest for a decent bag, I mean, it's on there, it doesn't come fully off. I think, you know, it's just the age. Oh my gosh, I'm filling my house with dust. Ah, there's that dirt again. So, bother. I mean, you can tell that one side's still fairly clean. Look where the bag's been pressed against it. Oh, that's a shame. It's kept everything fairly clean. There is a little light layer of dust on everything. Oh my gosh, I've solved this. It's going to a very, very good fellow collector of mine who we've had a fair few machines from. I bought my Hoover Galaxy from him. Love him. Sorry, Stephen. I'll give this a very good clean before I box it up and it wends its way to you. Yeah, this is going to Mr. Stephen. He bought the pneumatic. Oh, what was Bernie? I picked up Bernie for him and we did the video from it. Bought the Hoover Galaxy for him. I've had a turbo power or two in the past as well. Many of you will know him. Yeah, he's going to daily this for a bit, and I cannot think of a much better machine to use for just general stuff, because I haven't used Benchy all month. This has been a very good bench vac. I haven't had to have it much, so that was okay. It's very powerful, but the suction isn't very strong. It's, well, as you saw when it tried to pull that in, this old school motor, you know, produces a lot of suction, but not a lot of air movement as such. So I did try to hook a turbo tool up to it. Didn't really do much. Barely span it at all. But it, you know, it'll make a straight suction head stick to the floor. Such are the dynamics of airflow. So varied and hilarious as they are. So this is outgoing once it's been thoroughly cleaned. Ooh, I might do some of that in a minute. What is incoming? Well, the incoming vacuum cleaner is a little bit of a project. Let me move all this out of the way and explain. If only I had a vacuum cleaner that I could use to clean up this run. Well, we sort of do, because if you remember, it is Cream and Brown Henry looking thoroughly dusty and displeased with himself, because last year, 2020, I was vacuuming out the car, and as I'm sure many of you have experienced, I heard a little cough, little slow down, and I turned it off straight away and didn't turn it back on again. I haven't, to be honest, because its motor, as you know, when we got it, wasn't, you know, brilliant. Let's be honest. We got it running, but me using it in the car, where, you know, heavy, you know, nozzle buried behind the seat, trying to get stuff out, puts a lot more strain on it. It just couldn't cope, and yeah, it hasn't fully gone. I'll probably offer it to somebody, and you know, because it'll probably skim. I reckon pneumatic rule 29 could do something with that. The brushes came from him, and we'll have very little use on them. But I'm afraid that this lovely original, you know, DAF motor, if you have a pallet of these in your garage, brand new, my goodness, you could retire. This lovely DAF D2 1004N. It's not dead, but it is no good at all. So what I did was I got bored. I went on eBay and bought an MTR 263 because, and I'm sure a lot of you hardcore pneumatic fans will know, with an old girl such as a Cream and Brown Henry, you either persevere with a lovely original motor, and you know, good comms are getting rare for these, or you just spend £25 posted on just something that fits. This won't sound quite as nice as an original DAF, but quite frankly, I am sick of looking at it sat in the side of the room, waiting for me to do something with it. So I thought, screw it, let's see if this £25 1000-watt motor is any good. Crikey there, long leads. So we're going to get this in, and I'm hoping it doesn't need any fettling as such. It will just drop in. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Let's see. I think the motor mounts around? No. Oh, it's wobbly. Wibbly wobbly. I was noted about this. This has a flat base, whereas this doesn't. And somebody did tell me about that, and they did tell me roughly what to do. And that is to simply take my favourite tool ever and knock off the fan cover. And then take said fan cover, and then, well, he said, oh, hammer it on. But look, fits on absolutely beautifully. I'll I hope that's not be too tall now. I'm a little bit sceptical about this now. But, oh well. What I am also going to do is just stick a little drop of silicone around this edge, just to, you know, not stick it on, but seal it. Ugh, I hate using silicone. Just get it on. Just so that no air goes underneath. Oh, I've hit a... Oh, don't you run it. Ah! Hit a blobby bit. Oh. Gone with keeping this stuff for a couple of years and grabbing it out and using it. Oh, hang on. There we go, he says, watching it about to drop off or something. Now, I've got to just double check because I think the carbon brushes have to go uppy downy and this has to go lefty righty, and yeah, there we go, nice and solid. Oh, goodness me. In fact, we don't need at least 2 of these wires now because we have the wires coming straight from the switch. God, I can hear the purists already swearing at me. So I'm not going to fit it completely on camera because this is a right fiddle on these to get the wires through where they've got to go. But what I want to check is, do I have to pretend I've never filmed this and go fetch something out from the loft because the motor is too tall, or if it is indeed going to fit? Aha! I think we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to get this wired up, bolted down, and we can come back when it's time for the first switch on. I think the 4th wheel is probably under there too. Of course you are. Well, there we go. I had to tap down the flange of the original motor housing just to drop it a millimetre or 2, and then the 3 screws went in, and well, it is together. Who knows if it's going to work? All wired up. Let me put the rest of it together and turn it on. Well, he's looking like a Henry once again. Is he gonna perform like a Henry? I mean, it's not the original sound, but quite honestly, it's not as bad as I was thinking. What I was worried about was that, you know, it's a bit of a screamer motor and may as well just chucked a Dyson DC08 in it and called it done rather than trying to go it properly. And yeah, it was also nice, and this is probably the only pneumatic, bar RGB Henry, which has a Miele motor in it, that has a smooth motor, you know, no bearing noise on start up or wind down, which is found. A little bit of a whiff of carbon on first boot, but you know, if that motor's probably been sat around for a couple of years, I'm gonna call it okay. Tools, well, don't actually have any brown tools, as I'm sure you know, Mr. James just got me this. So what I have is the toolkit from RGB Henry. Yeah, why are you not using RGB Henry? Well, because quite honestly, I wasn't going to use this until the postman delivered me my motor today. The vacuum I was actually going to use is, well, I'll use it another month now. I haven't, oh, are you going to fit? Uh-oh. Hang on, they haven't changed the hose. Bet you they have. I might have to, oh, there we go. I do have another hose somewhere. I might fish it out. That does look a bit stupid. But hey ho, one hose. I don't care that much. It's a pneumatic. I've done originality. I've spent a fortune on that lovely 1996 Red Henry and got £40 on eBay for it. It wasn't bitter at all. So I'm not too fussed. Floor head. Well, on the 4th of March, you are going to see a video on the worst turbo head in the world. In fact, it shouldn't have been advertised as a turbo head for carpet at all. It will all become clear in the videos. What this actually is, I was talking to Mr. Alex from Performance Reviews. It is a cheap Chinese clone of a Vessel Verk hard floor nozzle. This is actually only for hard floors. I'm going to get away with it here because this one may as well be a hard floor. But I do owe it a bit of an apology. You'll see in the video, this is a little bit preemptive, but I haven't got any, you know, I'm a bit scheduled up in March now, so I'm going to say it now. Let's clean up on this, and then we'll move this rug out of the way, and I'll show you how it actually should work. No grumble about that point. How far? It's an alright straight suction head. It reminds me of the head that I might get down from the loft. I've got one of the pneumatic, you know, flat out heads, which I may go fetch, but again, didn't have time. But equally I can chuck the V11 over the rug if needed, and this will get it up enough. No, how this actually works is on the hard floor. There are no turbines on this thing at all. You will, I take it apart, you'll see. This is purely that brush roll. Oh, I best move that before I splat that all over the bottom of him. Just turns. And it does. It then stops as soon as you lift it up, but actually works quite well. I feel a little bit bad now because after I filmed the video that you will see on the 4th, I'm in a very bad mood, and I got half a refund back from them for being such lying, cheating Chinese scumbags. But I do owe them a bit of an apology. They listed it completely wrongly. I just don't think they know what they've got. I might message them and tell them if they listed that differently, it might be a bit better. Let's bang some dirt down and see how it copes. This is like how the demo on Performance Reviews video was set up, only I'm not stood in a noisy conference centre whilst doing it. So close until it all started bunching up. That was doing a pretty okay job actually. Let's get the rest up. That is not bad, especially for the price I ended up paying for it. It is not a carpet brush at all. I don't even know why there's a lint picker. Probably because I'm going to get away with it. I don't know. I might get the other head down from the loft. You might see it at the end of the month. But for now, that is the floor sorted. I'm going to use this for a bit and see how it lasts. Right, next and final job is to clean up that flipping Aquamaster. Oh, there we go. I'll give it a wipe down with a nice clean damp microfiber tomorrow when I box it up. Yeah, in fact, we're actually only really going sideways, aren't we? I mean, these 1988, 1991. Yeah, there we go. Probably developed. In fact, it was. These are the same because this was developed in the mid-80s, early 80s probably. Didn't really change. So there we go. Yes, I am just sidestepping because I'm using that for the month. I like being able to get my nozzle, put it roughly near the edge of the sofa, and just hear the bits coming up. You know, just point it near something. Oh, it's gone. I did lose a complete shark sound ending. It is in here somewhere. I'm not going to put it out, but somewhere in here is a complete hole. They're only tiny motors. Sound ending for a shark. This ain't. Whoops. And yeah. I'm just bored of going to get the V11 and then going to get the specific tool for the specific bit that I want to clean and having to go all the way back to the stand, put that tool back to go get another specific tool for the other specific bit I need to clean. It's just so specific. Bored of it. I just want a cleaner that I can go, look, there, it's gone. And I like using a Henry. Like using a cream and brown. So, let's see how this month goes. We'll see if the motor explodes. We'll see if this explodes. We'll see whether I explode. And I'll probably get another hose for it. This doesn't fully fit right. Somewhere Mr. James, bless him, did give me a brand new pneumatic hose. I just cannot quite remember where I chucked it at the minute. So, probably look a little bit different later on. Yeah, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed. Comment below as always. And I and Mr. Henry, and I'm very sorry the eBay seller that I bought this from, although you did completely mislist it, it is a very good hard floor tool. I will see you soon. Bye bye.